Samson? Beautiful.
Good enough.
Flying Tour. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another fantastic round of American Racing League World Championship. Today we are in Silverstone. You know it, you love it. It's a good track, and we're here to race tonight with a grid of 13 people. We do not see AJ yet in the server, but I did see that he just popped up, who is currently our championship leader at 103 points, followed closely behind by Diego Surf at 80 points. And a little further back behind in third place of the championship right now is Chico, holding steady at 57 points. So the way that last week actually did run down is that hold on. Yeah, there we go. AJ Hamilton absolutely took the checkered flag, took the fastest lap, and took pole position, being a grand slam at Spain, and followed right behind in second place. It was Chico in P2 and Diego Surf in P3. It was actually a pretty interesting race that we had ahead of us, where in the very beginning, early stages of the race, it looked like AJ was about to pace the entire field. He had pulled something like a 5-second gap, and I mean, it looked that way. And then around a few laps in, fate will have it that AJ at turn 7 or 8 over by that little S squiggly thing in the middle of Spain hit the inside curb, spun his car around, dropped several places, ended up in, I guess, P7 or P6, something like that, right? And then next thing you know, Diego Surf is leading the race. And another few laps go by. And then Diego Surf spins. And next thing you know, you have your championship rivals side by side for a good 7 to 10 laps, right up until the next point, which we have our pit stops. And being on the opposite strategy, which if you weren't aware, they had started the race on hards, which means their next best was the mediums. And the race went on and on. We had a lot of good things happening. Again, we had Evo with the miracle of all miracles, where he somehow gains like 4 or 5 positions at the start of the race and managed to have a good race himself. We did have a bit of a challenge with the Alpines at the back. Wasn't really their day, but we're hoping in a future week that they can start to claw themselves back up, bring themselves out from the bottom of the pack there. Alpine is not here today, so we will not be able to see their performance on track and whether or not they can bring themselves further up in the constructors from where they are, which is currently P8. And just for a recap, Alfa Romeo is leading the constructors with 104 points, with Williams next behind with 66 points. Which, now that I'm reading that, something is wrong with the rankings here. So I will have to go in and take a look at that and try to fix it, because something's not right there. But either way, we're here today at Brazil. We were at Brazil in real F1, but here today we are at Silverstone as we ride on board with Kaler, as he is the first one out on his flying laps, coming up to Maggots, Beckett's, and Copse, coming through Sector 2 here. Now, Maggots, Beckett's, and Copse, as we all know, is one of the most challenging parts of any racetrack, as he comes through at a 104.7, coming around the last few turns here. He's going to set the benchmark time for us. But as you know, we do have Diego Surf in the lobby, and AJ Hamilton should be coming to the lobby pretty soon, and we do want to see what kind of times that they will be able to put up. AJ said his game did crash, so hopefully he is able to make it in, as Kaler is able to set a 128.2 with his teammate close behind at a 128.5, with Seeley Harvey setting the brand new fastest lap time of a 127.9. We'll go on board with Marcel Green here to see what type I can't get my words out today, what time he will be putting up And he sails all the way into provisional pole with a 1:27.9. As we have the egg surf coming around the final turn here to set a time of 1:28.49. So we have had a really close championship so far. It's probably been one of the more closer championships that we've had in the last 5 seasons of American Racing League, which is really exciting. It's good for me. It's good for the people who choose to watch. And it's definitely entertaining. So let's see what's going on with Tuck Neverlasting. He seems to be on a flying lap here, best I can tell. As he comes through Sector 3 now, close behind ACR, so maybe he'll be able to get a little bit of a tow as ACR goes into the pits. Coming around the last few turns here, let's see what kind of time he can put up on the board. And as he does that, we watch Wavy coming through Sector 1 here. As is tradition, I'm going to check to see that my stream is strong and that you guys can actually hear me. Yep, I can hear myself. You can see me. That's everything that I need to know. And AJ said in chat that his game crashed. Let's hope he gets in here soon because there are about, another 12, 13 minutes in qualifying, I believe. And we definitely want to see our championship leader get into the race before qualifying ends. Still do not see him there, so let me just ping him in Discord. That would definitely be unfortunate if he has technical issues that he can't start the race. So the way it works in the American Racing League is similar to how a car may not be able to make it to the grid. If your game is unfortunately not able to work, we consider it, well, for the purposes of tracking, we could give you like a not registered, but basically like a DNS, right? Technical DNS. Well, let's see if he makes it in. We are on board with Wavy right now as he comes through Sector 1 again. I believe he, wasn't able to set a good time the last time we went around, so we're on board with him again to see what type of time he can set. Coming through Sector 1 right now with the DRS wide open, shooting down. Is that the Hamilton Straight? I don't even know. So far has set the best Sector 1 time of the entire session right now as he comes around whatever corner that is called, and I believe me, at some point I will learn my corner names. But until then, running down here towards Cop's Corner. Let's see if he keeps it inside the track limits, and he does. He keeps it nice and tight as he heads down to Maggots, Beckett's, and Cops right now. Coming through Sector 2. And coming around the last few corners now. And he is going to be a bit off the pole time, only able to set a 1:29.2, which is only good enough for P11. And we will go back on board here with ACR as he gets himself set up for another flying lap. So currently, I can't really count on the standing sheet because there does seem to be a calculation error with that. But Kaler, yeah, something's definitely wrong with this. I don't know. I was going to tell you where they stand in the constructors, but I cannot do that right now because, yeah, the sheet's messed up somehow. But I'm sure they're doing very well and they are very strong. Also, there. Ooh, looks like the Red Bull had spun out there, just in the middle of the track, which is not safe. If this were a real Formula One, there would be a yellow flag flying. Yep. So it looks like the Red Bulls may have. What word am I looking for? Maybe interfered with one another coming out of Sector 1 there. ACR coming through Magus, Beckons, and Cops right now. DRS wide open. Now, I think this is the Hamilton Straight. I don't even know. Irrelevant. And now into Sector 3. Coming around the last few corners here. And if you're a fan of regular Formula One, you will know that this is the last, this coming race is Abu Dhabi, which is the last. Okay, so ACR is able to jump his teammate for P4. Diegsurf comes across in P3 as Seeley Harvey takes provisional pole at 127.4, but Marcel Green right behind him is not able to improve. But Juniper Villa shoots himself up all the way up into P2. We'll go on board with Tuck Everlasting as he is coming across. Actually, he's going to be starting his flying lap, so we'll jump on board with Chase, who is finishing his lap. He's a 128.3, good enough for P4 if he was not already sitting there. And 127.8, Kaler, P2. And I tell you, talking can dry your throat out and makes it almost impossible to talk without needing to cough. As Evo comes around the last corner here to start his flying lap. So let's take a look here. Diegsurf is out of ERS. So we're riding back on board with the... Never mind. He is on a cooldown lap. He is on a cooldown lap. Juniper Villa is on a cooldown lap. Tuck Everlasting looks like he's flying. He is 3/10 down on his Sector 2 time now, so which may give him the opportunity to jump ahead of Calculus for P8, as he is about 1/10 down from Calculus's best time right now. If he wants to move any further up, he's going to really need to pull it out, as he is in P8, good enough for P8 ahead of Calculus. So we do know that Evo is coming back in. I do not believe... Oh, he is flying. He's 3/10 down again on his next best lap. Doesn't care about those tires. You know what? Whatever. I'll put on a fresh set of boots for the race. Let me get as much life out of these tires as I possibly can. As he comes around the last corner, seeing if he can improve. And he stays P10. Now, we haven't seen too much of Slick Rick this qualifying session. So as he sets up for a flying lap here right now, I'll just take a quick peek back there and see if Diegsurf... Nope, they're both setting flying laps. As it appears, Calculus is on a flying lap right now. We will follow him through. So I was saying, Danny Ricciardo of McLaren, unless he gets a reserve role somewhere next week or the following week at Abu Dhabi, will be the last time we may see him on the grid. When you think back to like 2017, 2018, people were really considering, will Danny Rick be, as Calculus comes back at Tuck Everlasting for P8, getting closer and closer up the grid order. We do see AJ is in. AJ is in the server. So this is exciting now. With only 2 minutes left of the qualifying session, AJ has finally made it into the server, probably listening to my advice to reboot his entire computer, because that seems to be the fix for everything here. I don't believe Kaler is flying, and I don't believe ACR is flying right now. And Slick Rick, apologies Slick Rick, we did not ride on board with you. But it doesn't look like he was able to improve his time. So we're going to ride on board right now with AJ, who, if I'm not misunderstanding the track map right now, let me see real quick. Yes, AJ did go over the track limits, so he will need to do another outlap. We have a ton of traffic in Sector 1. I don't know exactly what's going on over there, but my guess is everyone's getting prepared to do their final flyers here with only a minute and 50 seconds remaining of this qualifying session, with Seeley Harvey still holding on to pole position. But so far, we will need to see what times everybody else can set. I do not know what's going on in that one corner. Everyone is taking their sweet time tiptoeing, and Evo has retired from the session. So it looks like the first person that we will be having right now is ACR, who is flying down the track on his hot lap already. We'll see what he comes across to set for his time. Last chance here to put himself up on pole, coming around the last turn. And P2, good enough for P2, right ahead of Kaler, as AJ is going to be starting his next lap. The egg surf is coming around now. P2 ahead of ACR, right behind Seeley Harvey. Wavy coming around now and stays right where he's at. Now, Seeley Harvey is coming around to start his last flying lap with 30 seconds remaining on the clock, and Marcel Green following close behind. Chase will be starting his lap. Calculus will be starting his lap. Juniper Villa will be starting his lap. Tuck Neverlasting will be starting his lap. And it looks like the McLaren will be starting his lap. So this is it, everybody. This is the last shot at pole position here at the British Grand Prix. Now it looks like ACR has decided to try again at the flying at fastest lap. I mean, why not? Oh, no, he did not. So let's see, ACR coming through Sector 3 now, has not yet set a time, and this is going to be the only chance he has to get himself up on pole position. With the egg surf, I believe, right behind him. If not, that will be Wavy. And he comes across the line right now with a 127.5, not good enough for pole position. Dieg Surf right now, last shot, he is way off pace. I believe he may have spun. So let's go to Marcel Green right now. With only a few corners remaining. Comes across the line, not good enough to improve. Chase is good enough to improve. P5, Juniper Villa, P4, and last but not least, Kaler coming across and stays P7. So that is your qualifying order for the British Grand Prix. Seeley Harvey takes pole position for the first time in ARL history. Well, for his history, I should say. And I believe that is accurate. Let's take a look. Yes! First pole position for Seeley Harvey. He will be starting on the front row of the grid, right next to AJ Hamilton, who is our championship leader right now. And on the second row, we have Dieg Surf and Juniper Villa, followed by ACR, Chase Ace. Then you have Kaler, Marcel Green, Tuck Neverlasting, Calculus, Evo, Wavy, and to round us off, Slick Rick starting at the back. I am very interested to see what kind of race we're going to have ahead of us here at the British Grand Prix. I do have to say that was a really, really good qualifying. I thoroughly enjoyed broadcasting that and watching it, and I am sure you did as well. And just a reminder, we will be starting a Pro Series at American Racing League. Now, what is the Pro Series? You probably can already imagine. We're starting a series where assists are not permitted, not even racing line. So if you are interested in signing up for the Pro Series, it is open to all tiers, all levels, everybody. And those races will be on Thursday afternoon at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, it will be open to all levels, all members, anybody who does want to join, and give it a shot, see what you can do. Now, for the Pro Series, we will be running with teams of 3, which means that if you do sign up, you should look to sign up with 2 other people, because that is the structure we are going with. Given it is the Pro Series, we do expect you to bring your teammates. But if you can't, we can work with you to try to we could try to put a team together for you, but we would recommend that you guys bring your friends. And I did say 3 team members, which means that your reserve will also be your race engineer if you so choose. And that's the way that's going to work. Your reserve is going to be able to score points for your team. We'll see who the ultimate champion is. The Tuesday League will still be our Premier League. Pro Series right now is going to be its own thing. But depending on the interest, we could absolutely make it into our top tier race at some point in the future. But probably not for a while. So don't count on that. And as we have Celia Harvey leading the pack around the formation lap, heating up their tires. The tire strategy right now is Celia Harvey starting on the mediums with AJ taking the alternate strategy here, starting on the hards. It could work for him. The alternate strategy always seems to be stronger, especially if you can start out front and you can get those tires up to temperature. If you do have an early to mid safety car, might not work out too well with him, as we do see the predicted pit stop strategy is mediums to hards with the 2-stop, which I don't know why the game ever says it, but it says soft, medium, hard. Nobody ever does that. Nobody ever does that. So my prediction for pole position, to take the checkered flag for this race with DeAxer starting on those medium tires, I am gonna have to say my race order will be DeAxer, followed closely behind by AJ Hamilton, and then in 3rd place I'm going to say Celia Harvey. But we have 26 laps to figure out who is going to take the checkered flag. And even with those soft tires, did not notice that until just now. But Evo did start on those soft tires, so why can't we get a better camera angle? Come on, guys. Codemasters, you gotta fix your stuff. Alright, I like this one the best. Yes. Alright, we are all lined up on the grid. We have 5 lights. And we are racing at Great Britain. Or at the British Grand Prix. AJ, what a start, takes the lead ahead of Celia Harvey. Celia Harvey on those mediums, sticks close behind him. Is doing his best. Everyone clean through Sector 1, and we have a spinner. Kaler is out of the race. He has crashed in Sector 1. That is so unfortunate. I was thinking Kaler was going to have a wonderful race here, but unfortunately he did seem to lose it right there at Sector 1. As AJ does maintain his lead ahead of Seeley Harvey, Marcel Green is able to get ahead of Calculus as they go side by side into turn 5 or 7, whatever that is. Marcel Green is able to stay ahead. To get that position back for Marcel Green is not able to do it, so we're going to go right back up ahead with Seeley Harvey. And as far as the starts, Evo again with another miraculous 4 positions off the start. Another miraculous start from Evo there, and all thanks in part to starting on the soft compound tire. This is one heck of a race we got going. Seeley Harvey takes a little peek on the inside, just not close enough. Digsurf tucked up right behind Seeley Harvey here. We are going to have a little bit of a train here. So I think there is blood in the water. I think Digsurf, well, we will have to see. But Digsurf is staying with those front runners right there. As Seeley Harvey tries to make a look on the outside, going through maggots, beckons, and cops. AJ just trying desperately to get temperature in those tires. That is going to be so difficult. Seeley Harvey is going to go on the inside here, side by side, or almost side by side. Not able to do it. Now we're getting to lap 3 now. DRS is going to be enabled this lap. And ACR has spun, dropped all the way down into P10 here. Gonna have to try to climb himself right back up. And so we still have the 3 front runners, AJ, Seeley Harvey, and Digsurf, starting to pull a gap on Juniper Villa in P4. And then Chase, Ace, and Evo right behind. Those soft tires are going to come in very nicely soon. They are absolutely up to temperature, and I think Evo is going to be able to play that to his advantage very soon. Come around cops now, heading back to Maggots, Beckett's. Or, yeah, I don't even know. Like I said, I don't know the corner names. But, alright, we do have DRS now. But Seeley Harvey was not close enough this time around. Whoa! Late break almost into the back of AJ. Wavy, unfortunately, looks to have, I'm guessing he broke his front wing there and had to make an early pit stop. Slapped on those medium tires. It's not going to get him to the end, but he should hope for a safety car at this point. And right now, Juniper Villa is holding the fastest lap with 1:31.8, slightly ahead of the best time of Seeley Harvey with a 1:31.904. I'm sure we will see that time start to click further down as the race progresses here. as we still have our three-way battle. Seeley Harvey on the outside in the back. It's Beckett to Cops. Are they going to keep it clean here? And he takes the position. Wow, that was a very brave move by Seeley Harvey as he retakes the lead of the race. AJ Hamilton gets the DRS, is dumping ERS. Going to go on the inside, side by side. He makes it pretty clean. Takes that position back, but is Seeley Harvey going to come back in turn 14 here? Side by side, is he going to keep it? And he takes the position back from AJ. AJ comes back. AJ comes back. Has retaken the lead again. This is an incredible race right now, these three. As the egg surf now all over the back of Seeley Harvey while those two squabble. Chase is starting to close up in P4. Juniper Villa. Everyone is starting to catch up to the leaders now as they squabble back and forth for position. But now AJ Hamilton is out there to try as we come to the next DRS zone with Seeley Harvey 4/10 back. DRS wide open. Not using his DRS, so I don't think there is going to be a chance for an overtake here. But the further this goes on, the better this plays in AJ Hamilton's hands as he has those hard tires, which is going to let him go further and further into the race, as it looks like potentially there is a battle back there for P10. Slick Rick and Tuck Neverlasting fighting side by side. Tuck Neverlasting being able to get ahead of Slick Rick as we go into... I don't even remember these corner stands. I'm not even going to try. I think that was Cops, right? I don't even know. No, it's not Cops. I don't know what it is. Either way. So we're coming back to our leaders right now. We are going to be starting lap 6. AJ, Seeley, and Diego Surf still holding on to the front of the pack with Chase Ace back in P4. Very close to getting back into DRS range. Juniper Villa right behind him. Wow, what a start to this race. This has been quite a start. And again, as we go through, I gotta catch my breath. That was exhilarating. There's a DRS, ERS report here. AJ has saved his ERS, so he's got a lot to deploy, a lot to defend with. Seeley and Diexer, well, Seeley more than Diexer, definitely has been using his battery, wanting to get back ahead of AJ. But if they are able to hold this position here, AJ again going on to those softer medium tires is going to definitely benefit him once we start our pit stops. Seems the Evo getting close on calculus. With those 5-lap soft tires, AJ setting the fastest lap of the race at a 1:31.4. Jake Surf right on the back of Seeley Harvey as Seeley Harvey is starting to drop back from AJ. As we ride on with Evo, seeing if he can get close enough to make an overtake on calculus. He is not, so we'll... And I missed an overtake. I apologize, guys. Diego Surf has jumped Seeley Harvey for P2. Seeley Harvey is doing everything he can to hang on with the two front runners right now. I do have a feeling Seeley Harvey's tires are starting to hurt just slightly more than his competitors here. After fighting AJ very hard, he's probably taking a little bit more life out of his tires than Diego Surf at the moment. As Diego Surf comes comes around the outside of AJ for P1. Just gotta catch my breath for a second. And now, the Egg Surf is past AJ and Seeley Harvey for the lead of the race. And let us see what he can do with those medium tires. We are a few laps out from our first pit stops. The medium should probably go until around lap 12, lap 13 before we start to see them really fall off. Well, not really fall off, but where the hards will start to become a bit quicker. It is Silverstone, so we should have a bit of close race here as Wavy gets a 3-second time penalty for track limit violations. And it does look like Marcel Green has also gotten a track limit warning as well. And now it looks like, from my vantage point, the battle will be between AJ and the Egg Surf. Seeley Harvey is hoping these two fight it out, and that will give him the opportunity to keep up with them. But as it looks like right now, these two are going to be trading positions as they go wide outside, side by side. Ooh, almost. The Egg Surf dying to get back ahead of AJ here as AJ runs wide, sets the fastest lap, and saved himself briefly from getting a track limit violation, it looks like. We do have a yellow flag in Sector 1 as it appears that Wavy has retired from the session. I do not blame him. He was very far back, very close to being lapped. But it was a valiant effort from Wavy, and hopefully next week he will come back and be able to fight for some points. So where is Evo? Evo has already switched to those hard compound tires back in P11. So we'll need to see where he ends up once people start pitting for their next set of tires. Juniper Villa is able to get ahead of Chase Ace J. Tuck Neverlasting has gotten himself a 3-second time penalty for track limit violations. Marcel Green is the first of our Evo gets a 3-second time penalty for track limit violations as he puts on a set of hard tires and a new wing. So we'll ride on board a little bit with Chase Ace Shea and watch him battle with Juniper Villa. We still do have the battle up front between AJ and the Egg Surf, but let's spread the love around a little bit, right? Let's see what's going around on track elsewhere. Maggots, Beckets, and Cops has never been my favorite combination of corners. I always dreaded coming to Silverstone because it was always a pain to get through that. And Juniper Villa has pulled the trigger, has gone on. And let us see, will he be going onto the hards? I imagine so. The egg surf is very close behind AJ Hamilton. Buck Neverlasting gets a 5-second time penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Ooh, and the egg surf is keeping it real close to AJ. Gets on the power. Will he be close enough? DRS is wide open. He is using his ERS. Will he be able to do it? Side by side, and they make contact! They make contact! Almost. The egg surf was almost able to take that position back. And it seems that Evo has been able to jump ahead of his teammate. ACR gets ahead of Calculus. The egg surf now coming through. DRS, ERS. Go back on board with Calculus here. And Chase gets a 3-second time penalty for track limit violations. Really hampering his race a bit. ACR gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. That is rough. Alright, as Chase is into the pits, surely he is going to go on to those hard compound tires. And it appears he does. ACR doing the same thing, being held, or that was just a glitch of the game. And now this is where we see those hard tires really coming into their own now. So right around this time we should expect the Egg Surf and CD Harvey into the pits for their next set of tires, which we expect them to go to the hard compound. AJ gets a 3-second time penalty for track limit violations. Oh no! That is going to be detrimental to his race today. He is going to have to make sure that when he gets onto his next set of tires, he pulls a 3-second gap now, assuming that Jake Surf and CD Harvey keep it clean for the rest of the race. Oof. No bueno. So far, this has been a really clean race. These two have been going at it pretty successfully. Alright, so while those two continue to duke it out, we will ride on board with Marcel Green back here in P11 as he's looking to potentially get an overtake here on the Ferrari of Puck Neverlasting in P10. Quite a bit too far back to actually make that happen. So he's going to have to try again. Somewhere toward the end of Sector 1. Looks like Calculus is into the pits. Where he is coming out of the pits. Whoops. The Egg Surf. Oh, AJ Hamilton spins. He spins. He's coming into the pits now. The Egg Surf gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. AJ Hamilton has a chance here now. The Egg Surf is carrying many more penalties. Wait, AJ has... Did AJ get a 5-second penalty too? Oh no. Oh no. This is crazy, guys. And now CD Harvey is in provisional, is net first place now with all those penalties. Wow. No one would have guessed this. Nobody would have guessed this would be where we are right now. As the championship leader comes out of the pits right behind his rival Dieg Surf in P3 with a 5-second penalty, carrying an 8-second penalty. And Seeley Harvey out there with no penalty right now on those medium 13-lap mediums. Is he going to try to stretch this stint out and go for a set of softs? Is that what he's going for here now that Dieg Surf and AJ have just an incredible amount of penalties? Oh my goodness. And Slick Rick right now, P2, 22 seconds behind Seeley Harvey. He is going to make a pit stop and go on to a different set of tires here. But I am sure he, did everyone change tires? Okay. I'm sure he's enjoying it while he's up ahead, even though that is going to be temporary. And Tuck Everlasting gets another 3-second penalty, which brings his total penalties up to 11 seconds. Not the best news for him. As Marcel Green now goes to make an overtake on the outside of Tuck Everlasting, side by side. So close. And is Tuck Everlasting going to be able to come back at him? No, he is not. As we have a change, as Seeley Harvey, I missed it, but Seeley Harvey must have made a mistake and lost that position. But he is still technically leading the race given the time penalties. So if he is able to stick with Dieg Surf and AJ, stay within that DRS. Oh, wait a second. What am I missing here? Okay. What I'm missing is Seeley Harvey made his pit stop, and I was not aware of that. So Seeley Harvey is on his brand new set of tires, and currently is 2.8 seconds behind Dieg Surf, 3.8 seconds behind AJ, which means he is still technically leading the race. He just needs to stick with Dieg Surf and AJ here. Stay within that penalty window if he wants to take the top step of the podium. And Slick Rick gets a 5-second. Man, you guys really want to kill those marshals just screaming into the pits. I'm sure their families would not be happy with you guys. AJ sets the fastest lap of the race at a 1:29.4. Dieg Surf, I'm sorry. Nope, positions are still the same here. As we do have Juniper Villa coming back. I'm sorry, Slick. What am I doing? It's so confusing when someone pits because I see a whole bunch of position changes, when in reality there really were no position changes. But we do have Marcel Green behind Evo. 4/10 back. No, so got on the power a little too aggressively, had a bit of wheel spin. He's not going to be able to take advantage of better traction out of the corner. As I take a moment to check my phone here. So just a race update. In the beginning of the race, we do remember that Kaler had lost it and crashed. Kaler apologized to Wavy because I believe he may have been the cause of Wavy's wing damage. Wavy saying not a problem. Very nice of those two. They played nice. As Marcel Green gets ahead of Evo for P7. Evo's going to definitely look to want to retake his position here on the next lap. So Patrick has asked, who's leading the championship? Well, AJ is still leading the championship, and right now he's leading the race, but with an 8-second penalty. Jaegsurf, I missed it. He got another track limit violation, so now they are even on time. And Seeley Harvey is back here just trying to hold on to those two. He does not want to let them out of his sights. He needs to hold a 5. He needs to stay within 5 seconds here. Sorry, 4.5 seconds of AJ. So as a matter of fact, right now he is within 1 second of AJ Hamilton. If he stays at 7 seconds behind AJ, he will win the race. But he's got 9 more laps to hold on to this gap here. So if he wants to win this race, he is going to need to put his butt into gear and catch up. So it is going to be anybody's race now with AJ and Jaegsurf even on penalties. And the gap is starting to break out here with Jaegsurf being 4 seconds behind AJ. And AJ knows what he just needs to stay out of the gap of Seeley Harvey, and he has won the race. So Seeley Harvey is doing everything he can to hold on. Right now, AJ is out of the penalty window of Seeley Harvey. Just quickly jump on board with ACR as Juniper Villa is ghosted, so I may have missed it, but I believe Juniper Villa is Juniper Villa is right now a robot AI. So people are just going to be screaming past him. The AI setting, I believe, is around 60 or 70. Much further, much lower than the skill cap here in the World Championship division. Oh! ACR spins, and we got to see that right on board with him. Oh, that is rough. Well, he has 7 laps to try to make a few more positions here. All that work. But there are a lot of time penalties ahead of him, so he may have a chance to at least gain a position or two. And Seeley Harvey is a ghost as well. Oh, sorry, I'm with the wrong person. Yep. So Seeley Harvey is going to need to pull it back in by about 5/10. And if we look at our tire strategy again, what do we got for tires? AJ's on mediums. Jaegsurf is on hards. With 7 laps left and 5-lap old mediums, I do have a feeling that AJ's tires will stay fresh. Yeah, so is that 12 laps? I think he'll be okay. Assuming he doesn't spin. Where is everyone on track right now? Heading down towards Sector 3. Yep. So Juniper Villa. Ooh, got a little loose there, Marcel Green. So 4/10 behind Calculus, fighting for P5. As the championship stands right now, if everything stays where it is at, with AJ holding the fastest lap, that will put him at a 129 and a Jaegsurf at 98 points. So AJ will extend his lead. And we'll be ahead by around, I guess, was that like 30 points or so. But that for Celia Harvey with 15 points will bring him somewhere around P4 in the championship. You know who we're missing from this race? Chico. It would have been really nice and interesting to see what Chico can do tonight, but unfortunately he is not with us. Slickford gets a 3-second time penalty for track limit violations. So we have 5 laps remaining. As AJ is coming. I just saw someone spin. So Marcel Green did spin, fortunately, and he is falling down the order now, right behind ACR. At least as they drive around, they can talk to each other about their spins. Like, oh, I spun before. It wasn't fun. Yeah, I just spun. And what happened? Juniper Villa must either have lost connection or something, because he was doing really good in the race, and then all of a sudden, nothing. Ooh, ACR getting real close to Evo, getting right on his tail there. This is a nice camera angle. I like this a lot. Ooh, is he going to try to make the move here? Is ACR going to try to go on the outside, side by side? Oh no, and they touch! ACR is around again! Oh, that was so close. Evo hangs on for dear life. And now Marcel Green is right on his tail, but he does get the DRS from Juniper Villa. So just a quick check here. AJ and DXRF are still on 8 seconds of penalties, which means Celia Harvey does have a shot here at second place if he just keeps with the DXRF for a little while longer. So there is no question that Evo will be able to pass the ghost of Juniper Villa. But this will help him out tremendously because he will get DRS down the straight. Now, will Marcel be able to get better traction? It is close. But they're both dealing with that ghost of Juniper Villa. I cannot believe the gap that AJ is pulling on DXRF. That is something else. It just goes to show you what the alternate strategy can do if you just believe in it. And just for insight, season 4 world champion won with about 160 points. I'm sorry, I missed the overtake Marcel. Marcel overtook Evo. I'll get better at it, guys. So, Red Potato won the season with 199 points, with his next closest rival at 98 points. So he more than doubled second place's points total. And we're only on round 6 of the championship, and our top 2 contenders here are pretty much at 100 points after this race. Well, AJ will be around a 130 if things stay right where they are. And DXRF will be around 98, 99 points, something like that. Which means we may have, if they continue to trade off here week after week, we may have a very close battle going into the second half of our championship. So next week is our bye week. We will not have a race. It is a time for people to relax. And yeah. So we are on lap 24. We have a little over 2 more laps to go. I'm interested to see what will happen, who will win, who will get P2, and who will get the bottom step of the podium. Seeley Harvey is running lap after lap consistently. Oh man. Work is work is work. I should be working tonight, but I don't know if I will. It's the joys of being a working adult. You never can seem to get away from it. Alright. So we come through Maggots and Beckett's. Cops. Evo gets the DRS, but is too far back to be able to capitalize on it unless he has a rocket hidden somewhere on his car. We enter the final 2 laps. So with that, we are going to follow along. It's actually Tuck Neverlasting here, trying to get up to calculus, although Tuck is carrying the world on his shoulders here with 11 seconds of penalties. As it stands, unfortunately, it looks like Tuck will end up down in P10 at the moment after all penalties. No, he'll probably be about P8, roughly. But still, on track is on track, penalties aside. It's calculus. Has gained 6 positions this race, which will probably mean he will get driver of the day. Got 2 more laps to go. Seeley Harvey is doing everything he possibly can to stay now within 1 second as we start our final lap of the race. We will ride on board with Seeley Harvey for the last lap of the race to see just how he does. If you enjoyed watching this stream, please give us a like, maybe even a subscription, and maybe even a comment. This is just a channel for fun. Our league is for fun, but why not? Why not show us some love? And I am getting pinged already. Oh no! Yep, there was a glitched out safety car in Silver Lobby. As we're coming through the final few, Maggots, Beckett's, and Cops, 7.7, 7.5, 7.8, 7.7. He's got 2/10 to hold on to get the second, to get P2. Coming around the last corner, 7.8. As AJ takes the checkered flag. And Dieg Surf, and now we have one more corner, 7.9, 7.89, 7.8. And Seeley Harvey gets P2 of the race. What an effort to hold on to that. Wow. AJ Hamilton takes the checkered flag with Seeley Harvey in P2, Dieg Surf in P3. And we will see how the rest of the race turns out with all those penalties. Tuck Neverlasting. So, and Marcel Green takes P4, followed by Evo in P5, Calculus P6, Chase, Ace J, P7, ACR, P8. Wow. Oh my goodness. Tuck Neverlasting in P9. Just thinking P8 or P9 with Marcel Green getting driver of the day. I enjoyed this race. It was definitely one of my favorite all season. Granted, I still think Austria was the best race of the season, even though I messed up and did not record it. We now have AJ Hamilton taking the top step of the podium again for, is this the third race in a row? No, it's not the third race in a row, but it is his fourth victory, fourth race win out of 6 races, as he extends his lead above Diegserf now. Was that 25, 26? So he's got 129 points, and Diegserf has 95 points. Which continues to extend his lead at the top of the championship. And if you guys liked the stream, please take an opportunity to leave a comment, hit the like button, subscribe if you want. We will be here every week except next week for the American Racing League. Thank you again, guys, so much for tuning in and watching us go around the Silverstone circuit here again. Thank you again. This has been the American Racing League Round 6. Have a good night.